In this video, we are going to learn how to create subarrays with a given limit. Hello, I'm Jagan from growwithdata. I am posting this video to share my knowledge in Python language with you. If this assists you in interview preparation anyways, I'll be happy. We want to use the code used in this video, then you know the drill. You go to the YouTube channel, growwithdata. You have videos in the playlist. If you go to the playlist, we are talking about Python interview questions. You have all the videos related to that series here. If you want to see the code, go to the description part. You have the code link to GitHub. If you click on the link, it will take you to the GitHub where you have all the code we discuss in this video. If you want to join the WhatsApp channel, you click on the link and you can join the Grow with Data WhatsApp channel. Okay, now let's go into the question. We are given an array of numbers and there is a threshold limit of 3. You are asked to create a subarray of the given length from that array, from the input array. If there are any remaining elements, append them as a separate subarray to the final result. Let's see. Here, the threshold limit is 3. So, when you split on the array, you put that as 1, 2, 3 as one array, and then 4 and 5 as another array. If there are 4, 5, and 6, then the last array is going to be 4, 5, 6. So the subarray's length should be max of 3. Okay. If there is any remaining elements from the input array, you can just give that as a last array to it. So how to address this? There are different ways we can address this question, and we are going to start with our basic looping function. Let's start with this input values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can start with 5, so we can check the incomplete arrays also. Okay, and the threshold is going to be, you can say 2. Okay. Now we start with our function grow with data. The inputs are array and a limit. Now we are going to have a count here to see how many times we looped in, and then the result is going to be a array, and then this check, we are going to use that for our subarrays. Now we say for I in array, you know how the I works, right? It reads every element in that array. We are going to check if the count is less than the limit. So if it's less than 2 in this case, then you take the subarray parameter and append that element, and then you increment the count by 1. If that is not the case, if the count is equal to 2, then you append that subarray to the result array, and then check equal to you are just adding the new element to the check variable, and then count equal to, you start with 1. So if it's complete, if there is any element in the check, like incomplete part of it, right, then you say result dot append the check, and we return the result. If you call the function grow with data with the parameters, then you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as the last one. So if you don't have the last check, then the incomplete array will be gone, because it will append to the result only if it's equal to 2, right? So if you see this loop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So let's get this array. So the input array is going to be this, right? So now first, when it comes here, we say I equal to 1 and the count equal to 0 first. So it comes here, check count less than the limit. Limit is 2. Count less than limit, yes. So what happens? It will just append the check. The check is blank, so it's 1, and then the count is going to be 1. Check. And then it goes continue the loop. Now I equal to 2. When I equal to 2, it will check what is the count. Count is still 1. So 1 is less than 2. Yes. So it will append again. Check equal to 1 comma 2. And then the count is going to increase to 2. Now it comes here. Check for I equal to 3. Is the count 2 less than 2? No. So it goes to the else statement. In the else, it will check for the result part, which is null now. It will just add 1 comma 2 subarray to this, and then the check is going to be reset to 3, and the count is going to be 1. Okay. Again, it goes here with I equal to 4, and it's going to be in this loop, and it will be 3 comma 4, and it just continues. So 3 4, and then when it comes to next 5, it just comes here. Say 1 comma 2 as the first subarray, and then 3 comma 4 as the second subarray, and then the check is going to be 5, and count we can just ignore it. So once this is coming at 5, the loop will be done and it will be coming out. So in coming out, the check will have the element 5 as an array, but if you don't track that after the looping part, then we are going to miss the final incomplete array. So whenever it's complete, the if condition will take care. Whenever it's incomplete as the last element of the array, then we have to take care separately. That's why, we have to comment out all this. So we have to take care at the end. So that's how it works. If you want to go with more test data, then we can use our assert function. So even if you see here, the array is small, like length of 3, but the threshold is 6. So there's no point of going in the loop, but still it will go to the first 3 elements, and then the if condition will work, and then it will be done. The if check, the final one will be taken care, and it will be done. So we have all the 3 test cases passed, and it's good. So this is like we have 3 variables and we are looping in, right? So instead of checking this if and else, we can have a small change here. We can take the same code. We overwritten a lot of things. So we can get the array and this. So now what we can do is, we don't have to do the count. Instead of doing the count, what we can do is, for I in the array, we just append the element directly to the check, the subarray parameter, and then you can check the length. The length of check equal to the limit. Here it's 2, right? Then you can just result dot append the check, and then you can reset the check. So here what happens? Every time when it comes, it just take the check parameter, append that element, and then it's going to check the length. The length of this is going to be the threshold limit, then you append to the result. If not, you just do the append, and then the loop is going to continue. Okay, so instead of doing the if and else, we can simply rely on the subarray's length, and then we can do that. This also is going to give you the same result, provided at the end you make sure you have that extra check. Okay, if there is an incomplete process, then you take care of it. and then you return the result to L. Now if you call the function, you should give the same result. So return, right? So here we eliminate one variable to do the count. Instead of doing that count sequence, we directly take the subarray's length and we check with the limit, and we are finishing that in one condition, and the loop just continues with it. Okay, so this is one another example, and we can try that with other test case also. It should be fine. Great. There is one more approach which we are going to play around with, the range function. You know the range part of it, right? For I in range 10, print I. So it takes 0 to 9. So if I say from 2 to 10, it starts with 2, goes till a number before 10. If I want to skip the numbers, so 2, then it will be 2, 4, 6, 8. If you don't have any starting point, then it can say 0. So you say 0, 2, 4. We are going to use this logic because every time we are incrementing it and then we are checking it. Rather than doing every element, we are going to do a cut in the array, like a piece of cake with the length of the limit. For example, you say the array is this and the limit is 2, right? So if you say array starting with 0 and then say 2, it will be 1 and 2. And then you can just say array of 2 to 4. So 2 and 3 will be taken care. And then if you say array of 4 to 6, so we have only till 5, so it will be 5. So instead of doing the loop, why can't we use the range, which is like 0 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 6? That is, it's increment based on the threshold limit. So how can I combine this range function with a limit and then a sub array created with a break in the start and the end element? We are going to combine these two and we are going to create the code. How to do that? Let's have the variable parameters here, and then we are going to say the result equal to the output variable. Now I say for I in range, you start with 0, the length of the array, and then you skip limit, skip with the limit. Now you say print I comma I plus limit. Let's see what this loop is going to do. If you see this, it will take from 0 and then using the limit, it goes with 2. And then 2 to 4, 4 to 6. That's what we did here, right? So how will I do that if the limit is 4? So 0 to 4, 4 to 8. So whatever the limit is, we are going to break down like this. And instead of print, I am going to say result dot append the array starting with the I and then I plus limit. So that is what we are doing here. I plus the limit, which is 2. So 4, 4 plus 2, 2, 2 plus 2 is 4, 0, 0 plus 2 is 2. Okay. And then we are going to return the result. Return result. We are missing the bracket, that's why. Okay. So instead of going with 3 parameters or 3 variables and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 lines of code, we went with 2 variables and only half that code. Then we end up with one variable and only 2 lines of code, right? So instead of doing the increment part, we can just slice the input array based on the limit, and then we can append to the result variable. So you can see how the code can be transitioned from 15 lines of code to 2 lines of code. Hope you like this video, and thanks for watching.